Last thing we have is goals. Like, where does this end, man? I see you have, Giannis, you got the money, you got the fame, you got the championships, you got a ring, you even won a medal for your country, you got the MVPs, you got All-Star, you got a gorgeous family that people admire. How does this end for you? I mean, and you're nowhere near the end. So I don't want to say this is an ending. You, like you said, you want to play for as long as you can at a high level. The goals from now to here, do you still approach like you haven't done anything? Or like, how do you even manufacture that? Because you know who you are.
One thing I'll say is that after we won the medal, because everything that I ever set my mind to do, I did not expect it's going to be handed to me. I put the work. You know, like before talent, I'm a worker first, right? So I had this thing back home in Greece. I take a chair and I go to my balcony. And I just sit out there, you know, after I put my kids to bed, I sit out there and I'm like looking at people, observing people, and I'm thinking about like the quest. Everybody has like this quest, and like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and I'm like, damn, like I've done everything I've ever said that I want to. Be an All-Star, be an All-NBA, All-Defense.
You guys don't get to say this.
Yeah, defensive player, MVP, All-Star MVP, NBA Cup MVP.
Jesus, man.
Everything. Right? 2, I want my family to be healthy. I want them to be happy. I want them to grow not under the microscope. I want them to have as normal as possible life. You know, and this is why I think me and my wife were very away from all the attention.
You are though. You don't see you outside ever, like a lot, like unless it's purposeful. Like you're very strategic in that way.
Except it's purposeful, and except if I'm getting paid.
Yeah, of course.
Now, it takes a lot to get me off my couch. So you gotta
Well,
put.
hey, thank you for even doing this, and I appreciate you, man.
So to add to what you say, like if you see the top 3 players in the NBA, which is Shea, Jokic,
And you.
and me, that's what the media thinks. That's what people think, right?
So
what do they have? They have consistent life. Like you see Shea, his family, he's a family man. He's, you know, you see Jokic, family man, blah, blah, blah. His wife, away from attention, away from everything. You see my wife, away from attention, away from everything. So it's a common denominator, brother. The more consistent life you can have, the more you can excel in what you love to do, right? It's all legacy for me.
That's what it's about now. It's about
Straight
legacy.
Legacy,
Is
brother.
it how you enhance it or how you protect it?
Protect, because your legacy will always be on the line. There's going to be games. There's going to be times that your legacy is going to be questioned. Like the medal game against Greece, I feel like my legacy was on the line. So I showed up, you know, and we won the game.
Giannis, to manufacture that is still there. It takes a level of humility because your legacy wasn't on the line. Your legacy has been built, bro. You will have a statue outside of here when you're done playing. You are going to go down as one of the greatest power forwards to ever touch a basketball. That's been cemented. The fact that just for what was it, a bronze medal? For a bronze medal game, they're winning the Olympics. It's FIBA, right?
Yeah.
Your legacy's on the line in your head.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? Like that's not natural. Like you were able to go there.
The reason I am the way I am is because also I have had my background, right? Of not growing up with not a lot, growing up with a very close family, and growing up with like working at a very young age. You know, and you've created who I am today as a basketball player, as a person, right? How genuine I am, how respectful I am, humble, you know, and how I am a worker, you know. But I do this thing, I don't know, whenever like the season starts, whenever I'm in competition, in order for me to, because one thing that makes me good is my hunger, you know. I dress up with sweats. I live the most humble life that I can possibly live, below my means, because I want in no shape or form to ever lose my hunger. Like your dad has this ongoing joke on the bus. Hey, Jay, you bought that? I said, this? No, it's free. Next day, hey, you bought this? I said, no, coach, this is free. You know, it's like, oh, one day you're gonna buy something. Now I wanna play basketball. You know, and I don't mean it in a way that I don't purchase a home.
No, but I don't see you driving around in like, you know what I mean? Like, I bet you my car collection is much nicer than yours, and I don't have a fraction of it.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that I am a very smart individual, and I understand not only how to be good on the court, I understand how to make money, because at a young age, I knew how to hustle to make money.
Hustle for
so
money.
I really know how to make money. Like I probably make more off the court than on the court, business-wise, endorsement-wise. So the most important thing, if you put everything together and you sit down, I can say I've accomplished everything in life on the court, and I'm really successful, and I'm really blessed with 4 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife, and I have a great. I don't think that way. I think like I'm getting things off the mud. That's my mindset. Every day until I retire. When I retire, all of a sudden you're going to see a switch. You're going to see me with suits. You're going to see me with my business briefcase.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to see me with my driver, my limo driver. You're going to see that. But until I get off this league, brother, you're going to see me working. You're going to see me in sweats. You're going to see me just ready to hoop. It's going to be only about hoops. This is what protects my hunger. And this is how I think in my head I'm protecting my legacy. You're never going to catch me slipping. You never. Until I retire, I'm going to always be ready to hoop. Now, one day I was here, one day I'm here, one day I'm here, one day I'm going to be here again. Okay? But always I'm going to be ready to hoop. That's my mentality.
Wow, man. Hey, bro, it's inspiring to listen to. I can't think of someone else I'd want to be for episode 1 of this. We're so excited to be doing this show here at NBC. We wanted to come out the gates with a player that properly represents how big this is for us. You're one of the most iconic basketball players to ever play. What I respect about you the most is your mentality, bro. I know you've achieved many things, the money, all that aside. I don't care about any of those things either. I like guys who love this shit. I like guys who are f***ing off a little bit. You're off.
Yeah, I know.
Guys don't think like the way you think, man. Like having this hunger, your sweatsuits. You could have an outfit every day. You could have 100 cars. You could have 100 houses. You could have houses all over the world, Giannis. And it wouldn't even create a dent in your wallet. You don't approach it that way. There's a level of passion and humility that you play, and it's just inspiring, and it's so great for the game.